the reason women had to get back down like you said, because they weren't taking care of their business.
True that.
By being husbands and fathers.
Mm-hmm.
At least being fathers to the children.
Hold on a sec. I'll be back. You can talk to the people you want to. We live.
Oh, man. Hold up. I got to do something too.
You go ahead. I'll be right back.
All right.
How you doing there, Earth man?
Oh, you talking to somebody else?
Yeah. Earthman is in the chat room.
Okay.
In the name of our ancestors, peace forever and always, and welcome to another edition of what I call the Reality's Temple on Earth Internet Ministry. I am the gatekeeper or host of this program, known here on social media, wherever you may find me. I am known as the Mighty. Angel Snub 7. I am your soul brother. Number one. Well, tonight we had scheduled, I don't know, but so far our guest has not shown yet. I have not had any contact with our guest. Earthman says, peace, Brother Taalik.
Oh, tell him likewise, peace to him also.
We had a guest, one of my listeners from the continent of Africa, as a guest. So far, there's no sign of that guest. And we wanted to just chit-chat and have a little talk with someone that you could call an African, someone who is also a listener of this ministry, and we wanted to talk and just kick it around a little bit. And maybe it's almost midnight where they're at, so I don't know if they're going to show up or not, make an appearance or not. It's 11:30 p.m. their time. So, hey, how you doing there, Miss Tangi? How you doing? Glad you're here. On speakerphone, we have our brother Taalik, we got Sister Tangi, and we got the Earthman in the house. And we will see whether or not our guest will make an appearance. In the meantime, we will have a topic here that I was just thinking about. I wanted to do anyway. And while we're waiting, we're going to enjoy this this topic. And if our guest doesn't make an appearance, then I would just change the title of this video. Peace and love to you too, soul sister. I want to talk about, while we're waiting for our guest, I heard this also. I want to talk about the pro-black claim that the welfare system was designed to divide the black family. I'm very sure many of you have heard that. The welfare system designed by the evil white man, by the racists, to cause division in the family, break up the family, so sisters can be single, there's no man in the house, raise the children, to divide the black family. This is the narrative that I was taught, and I accepted. See, this is the thing. Even when I heard this, they told me this, and I was just messed up in the head because I lived this thing and I didn't see the real truth in it. I'm going to explain my position. The welfare system, I forgot what the technical word is for it. It's the something for the welfare of dependent children, something to that effect. Forgot exactly how it goes. It was created, to my knowledge, during the Roosevelt administration as part of the New Deal projects. And the welfare system, this welfare system, and I guess you also would include Social Security and many of the government assistance, because as you know, this nation went through what they call the Great Depression. Then they went straight into world wars. So the nation was doing really in bad shape for the citizens of this country. So as part of the New Deal, correct me if I'm wrong, I could be wrong. I could be wrong as far as this is concerned. But to my knowledge, I think I'm pretty on point. This aid for dependent children really was designed for white women, Caucasian women. It was designed for the wives who lost their husbands during war. At this particular moment in time, as you know, women were not in the workforce like they are now. Most women, you are told to grow up, look as pretty as you can, get you a good man to take care of you, and live a miserable ass life as a married woman. Most of these marriages was miserable because a lot of these husbands took advantage of the advantage of a male-dominated society. So you could get married and have 6, 7, 8, 10 children, and then your husband look at you, he turn up his nose. He's the cause that you gain weight. He's the cause because you done had all these babies for him. Now he wants something different. So now he leave you with 10 or 12 children and go on to something else. And these men did this all the time. Or he did not leave you. These women, these married women, were in abusive relationships. Some of them were happy, so they say. Many of these women, because they were raised in a religious ideology, and God looks down upon divorce, they tolerated these miserable marriages for generations. But see, women have option now, thanks to those women who decided to fight for women's rights and whatever. Now you don't have to go through all of that. You can go out and get your job, and you can take care of yourself. You can have your babies, and you can take care of yourself. A woman, look, I'm talking to all the sisters, any woman, regardless of your race, never put yourself in a position to be dependent upon a man or anybody. Don't you ever do that. That's not good for you. If you have a happy marriage, you got a good man in your life, hey, that's great. But you should never, and this also goes to men, don't put yourself in a position where you are 1,100% dependent upon somebody, because that person could die or that person could betray you, one or the other. You should not want to put yourself in a position where you depend. Now, what you need to do in 2020, make sure that your spouse, you have a good life insurance policy. Should they die, you can collect $250,000, $500,000 to take care of yourself and your children. Make sure you insure these people. Back in the day, there was no insurance. And women, when the husband died, for instance, somebody like Malcolm X. When Malcolm X was assassinated, there was no insurance. There was no insurance. So she's out there all here by herself. You don't want to do that. Male or female, if your marriage is going good, that's fine. Tell your spouse to sign these papers, insurance thing. Because you never know. Like, rest in peace, Kobe Bryant. You never know when something might happen to you. I can guarantee you, even though Kobe Bryant had a lot of money anyway, I guarantee you he had some kind of insurance. His children, his wife, getting paid. They're going to get paid, okay? So you shouldn't want to put yourself in a position like that. But back in those days, women did not have these options. They were married to these men. These men did not prepare their families. They went to war, they got killed, and now these women are struggling because they thought they was going to have somebody to help them with their children, but that's not the case. That didn't turn out to be the reality. The dream turned into a nightmare. So under the New Deal, Franklin Roosevelt created all these different government assistance programs. And the welfare program began only for white women. As you know, during the 1934, there was prejudice and bias against brothers and sisters. You know that. These welfare recipient white women, they could have a black woman scrubbing her floor, cooking her food, being a nanny, and she's on welfare. Like King Noble said, hey, this, it's a fact. That's what was happening. Soul sisters wasn't able to get on welfare and take advantage of government assistance until on down the line, on down the road somewhere. So that's where it began. That's where it began. Government assistance or the welfare for children. It was created for widows. That's who it was really created for. Of soldiers, fallen soldiers. That's who it was created for. That's the least the government could do, since you used my husband and you killed and he ended up dying in the service of this nation. That's the least you could do, is take care of his wife. Matter of fact, since we're on that subject, what we call polygamy. This is the reason why a lot of cultures practice polygamy, because the male will go out in war and get killed, and his brothers who survived the war, because again, women weren't allowed to do too much. So instead of the woman struggling with her children, her husband is dead, and one of his brothers would take his brother's wife as a wife. Not necessarily, it's not had nothing to do with sexual lust. This is my brother. He died fighting for our nation. I'm going to take care of his wife and his children. That's what they done. Now it's about lust. Now it's all about bragging. I got all these wives and screwing around, silly stuff. That's the reason why it was. Now, during that relationship, if she has feelings for this man and she goes to the wife and to the man and says, can I be part of this family? Could I be a wife? Then they embrace and she becomes a second wife. That's the way they do it in certain cultures. It's not a sexual thing. It's a survival thing. It's trying to look out for your brothers who gave their lives fighting for your nation, for your tribe. Not this stuff that y'all see, all this fun and game garbage. So let's bring the welfare system up to date to the point where now you got the pro-black folks making a claim that the welfare system was created by the white man to divide the black family and blah, blah, blah. Is this true? Well, first of all, as you can see, black folks had nothing to do with government assistance when it first got started. So if you was a woman, a single woman, and you had a lot of children, you wouldn't know, you just had to work your butt off. It's simple as that. There was no government assistance for you. This didn't come till later on. Now, the question I want to ask, I don't know if you remember, but there was a few times on Good Times. Remember that show, Good Times? There was a show called Good Times, and James Evans in Florida, and JJ and Michael and Thelma. Remember that show, Good Times? There was a show, an episode, where they need to pay the rent. And Walona suggested that they go down to the welfare office. And James said, oh, no, 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 no. Did you hear what I said? James said, oh, no, 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 no. Hey, how you doing there, Joshua? James said, no, 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 no. My family, I don't take charity. Do you hear what I'm saying? James said, I don't take charity. When I was growing up, there was a time when black men, soul brothers really was they was trying to do the do. I don't want my family on no welfare. Matter of fact, being on welfare was really something that was shameful. You were ashamed to be on welfare, taking charity. James Evans said, I can work. I'm going to find a way to make it. I do not want your charity. I'm out of here. That's the way. My older men that was around me, some of my uncles and people, they don't know nothing about and don't want any charity. My great, I like that. Peace and love from the soul kid. That's Brother Joshua. There was a time when men wasn't interested in no charity. That's not how they roll. It was a shameful thing. I remember growing up on welfare, and you remember food stamps. It was a shameful thing. You felt embarrassed to go to the store, everybody else pulling out those George Washington and Abraham Lincolns and stuff, and you go in there with these, you go in there with this Monopoly looking money, red and yellow and green, buddy. I remember somebody was standing behind me. What is that? Because they never seen food stamps before. And you hope that none of your school friends see you in a store spending food stamps. Now, ain't no shame in my game. In 2020, if I had some food stamps, I'll spend the hell out. Anything this Pecker will give me, I'll spend it. Ain't no shame in my game. I keep my money in my pocket. Give me all the food stamps you got. Ain't no shame in my game. Because they owe us that and some more. So I'll take anything I can get from these demons. I got to watch myself. Gotta watch my language, cause soul kid in the house. Now I grew up on welfare all my life. From an infant to 18 years old, I was on welfare in more than one state. I was on welfare. I was a welfare child in the 1960s. I was a welfare child in the 1970s. I also was around Caucasian people, white people that was on welfare. Right across the tracks, as they say. They was poor. Oh, y'all didn't know that? Y'all didn't know white folks get food stamps? Y'all didn't know there was poor white people? With all their white privilege, you didn't know? Now, that's another thing. White folks got all this white privilege. How come so many of them are poor? How come many of them don't have decent health insurance? They making the minimum wage. How come they are meth addicts and drug addicts and alcoholics, and the list goes on and on? Hey, that white privilege ain't working for you too good, is it, son? Now, it is true. If a woman goes on welfare, if she has no choice, and she feels as though she has no choice but to seek public, government assistance for her and her children. First of all, I mean, why does she have to do that anyway? Where's the man at? Now, some brothers, they died. Yeah. Some single mothers are single because their fathers of their children are no longer here. They're deceased. They died however they did. They died. Some died in war, whatever. They're not here anymore. So, but you got these woman haters. They want to fault women for being single mothers. A woman cannot help if your husband or your boyfriend died. You don't have no control over that. Coretta Scott King and Betty Shabazz was single mothers. Well, there's a difference. There's a difference. They're widows. They're not single mothers. They're widows. Duh. What you think a single mother is? A widow is a single mother. Where's her husband at? The reason why she's a widow is because she don't have a spouse, which makes her a single mother. Duh. These people, pro-blackness is so crazy. Pro-blackness is a sign of mental retardation. They think, but they don't think. A widow has no boyfriend. A widow has no husband. A widow is a single mother. Now, I was growing up, and I really don't know the system really well, but I grew up in it. I saw things. So I'm speaking from what I saw and what I heard. Now, in each state, their welfare system, their government assistance is different. One state might be real strict about not having a father, an adult man in the house, some kind of boyfriend or whatever in the house. And they will come to your house and they will inspect your house looking for male shoes, shirts, or whatever. Now, another state, they might not be as strict like that. I've been in both environments. I've been in states where they will come and check the woman's house and look for men's clothes and size. Is it a man living in this house? I also lived in a state where they really didn't give a damn. And they would call my mother and they would let you know, we're going to inspect your house. And if there's a man there, he got enough opportunity, pack your stuff up, get the hell out, wait for this inspection, Then you can come back in. See, this is what some folks, just because, look, just because the white man made a law, if you don't get government assistance, you can't have a man in the house. Do you really think people are going to obey that law? Really? I mean, just think about it. There are many of you right here probably listening to this broadcast. Some of y'all don't have car insurance and you drive. Some of you don't have a driver's license and you drive. Do that stop you from driving your car because you don't have a driver's license or you don't have insurance? No, it don't. You creep yourself out there and you're paranoid, looking over your shoulder, hoping you don't get caught. And that's how a lot of women on government assistance, that's how they roll. They're not going to keep a man away from them. Well, he's a pitiful man. Well, I'm not going to say a pitiful man because I want to say this. When I was growing up, lived in the projects, lived in poor sections of town because that's where you expect welfare recipients to live. When I was growing up, men was living with these women and these children. They was. They was living in the house. When I was growing up, the black man's favorite car was the Lincoln Continental and the Cadillac. And these are not cheap cars. Here I am growing up on welfare. I'm living around other families getting government assistance, and you got all these Cadillacs and all these Lincolns in these driveways. These men are living with these women. These brothers was working. This was the 1970s. They was working, probably making close to $1,000 a week, living cheap with these women on government assistance in these projects. So you cannot tell me that the government was dividing the family. No, I'm going to tell you who was really dividing the family. A lot of these men are lazy, trifling, no good bums to begin with. They don't give a care about their children. They don't care about their babies. That's what divide the family. These same men will leave their children and go to another woman and take care of another man's children. Don't tell me I done seen it over and over again. Some of these men become drug addicts. Some of these men are just lazy. Some of these men can't even take care of themselves. That's the division. Now, I don't know why some of these women, well, yes, I do. Some of these women, they have relations with these men because it's natural. It's natural for a man to be attracted to a woman and a woman attracted to a man. You meet somebody and you like them, and when y'all first get together, yay, 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 yay. You know how it is when you first meet somebody. You show off your best and they show off their best. And that might last for 2 months, I guess. Who knows? Sometimes it lasts for years. Some of these people been in relationships for a long, long time. 6, 7, 8, 9. Some of these people will be considered legally married. Because I think if you've been with somebody for at least 7 years, in some states, they consider you legally married as far as the state is concerned. Just because y'all been together for 7 years or whatever. I forgot exactly how it goes. But clearly, these men don't have the same attitude as James Evans Sr. Because James Evans said, my children not living on no welfare. My children not living on no welfare. These men, let me tell you something. My father, we was on government assistance. My father lived with us, okay? My father lived in the house with us, and he didn't pay me no attention at all. He didn't pay me no attention. My father lived in the house with me and didn't pay me no attention. What are y'all trying to say? Just because a penis is in the house don't mean you're going to have a good family. During the crack epidemic, you had mama and you had daddy. Both of them was crackheads. You mean to tell me a mother and a father, a two-parent household, they was crackheads, they are a better role model? That's a better family than a single mother struggling. She's working a job. She's going to school, trying to better herself. You mean to tell me that the two crackhead parents is better because you got a penis in the house and both of them are crackheads? Pro-blackness make y'all look really, really stupid. That's stupid. I want to make something perfectly clear. It's a beautiful thing to have a mother and a father, a good parent in the house, a competent mother, a competent father in the house. That's beautiful. But to sit around here and tell this dang lie that just because a man is in the house, oh, life is going to be beautiful. That's not reality. Some of these men in these two-parent households, they are abusive, they very aggressive, they cheat on their wives, they beat their children, they beat on the dog. Just because you got a man in the house does not mean that it's glory, glory, hallelujah. It does not mean that. It's about the quality of the parent, not the quantity, the quality. You got the quantity with two dope fiends, but you got the quality with the sister who's a single mother trying to better herself and really looking out for what is in the best interest of her children. Pro-blackness gives us a false sense of superior intellect where you just stupid because it don't make any sense. And you really don't know how you're going to tell me. I'm not telling you about my personal experience. I'm telling you about my personal experience and what I see around me, not only in one state, but other states. And I also tell you I saw the same thing in the white community because white folks is poor. White folks get government assistance, contrary to popular belief. White privilege don't work for everybody, apparently. So, you know, it's easy to blame the white man for everything. We got to stop and get off that soapbox. We got to get off that soapbox. Blaming the white man for everything. Yes, it's true. The Peckerwood does a whole lot of stuff. This is a man problem. These men do not care whether their children live or die. And then they grow up to be like Shaq, famous basketball player. Then they come out of nowhere. That's my son. That's my son. No, it's Shaq made a rap record. He said, my biological father didn't bother. Yeah, they come out of nowhere when you struggling and you suffering and make something out yourself. Here come all these bums that abandon their children. That's my son. That's my daughter. And you got a group of folks making an excuse for black men. I'm not going to do that. If you want to be in a place and the only thing you want to do is sit back and make up all these excuses for the brothers, this is not the place to be. And you're doing yourself a disservice Because in order for us to be strong, according to you, you need a strong man. This is not cuddling these men, making excuses for their nasty behavior. You're doing yourself a disservice and you're doing them a disservice. None of these sisters should be on welfare in the first place. Why are they on welfare? Why are they on government assistance? Unless their spouse is deceased. My granduncle had a full-time job and 2 part-time jobs. I saw him pick up cans. Some of y'all will be young. I ain't picking up no cans. My uncle picked up cans, glass bottles, and whatever to support his family. Because that's his job as a man. His children did not ask to be here. It's your responsibility as a parent to take care of yours. However you got to do it. Legally. Without humiliation to yourself. Like prostitution or whatever. Shouldn't have to go that far. Scrub some floors or whatever. Get a newspaper route or whatever. These men, and I'm not going to say any names, but I've seen my relatives, or men around me, my relatives. They don't care whether their children live or die. And then you come on the internet and you got all this pro-black garbage defending these men. These men even call themselves dogs. I'm just a dog. And you know male dogs don't take care of their puppies. The one that takes care of the puppies is the female. And you know what we call a female dog. And that's what these bums call our sisters, the same thing. You just had a clown like Snoop Doggy Dogg. And by the way, y'all made, well, not y'all, I'm just speaking in general. They made Snoop Doggy Dogg and a whole lot of these rappers millionaires calling our sisters the B word and the H word. Millionaires. And then you clap your hands. Go ahead, Snoopy. Go ahead, Snoopy dog. You clap your hands when he called Gayle King all out her name. Makes no difference whether you liked, did not like what she said or what she done. She's a woman, and none of our sisters should be treated that way. And y'all, there you go. You have a problem. And this pro-blackness stuff is not helping you. It's making you more sick. You're not thinking worth nothing. If you want our community to get better, the teachings of the Nation of Islam is, if you want your nation to be better, start with the woman. I say it starts with the man. It starts with the man because you say that you are a leader, you are a provider, and you are a protector. You have failed as a leader, you have failed as a provider, and you have failed as a protector. Matter of fact, you are an abuser. Run around calling out our beautiful sisters and Sister Tangi and our sisters H's and B's for decades and still doing it with a smile on your face. I do not let men come around me calling the sisters H's and B's or any other thing. I do not make excuses when sisters are wrong. But at the same time, you're supposed to be the man. You the leader. This is your claims. You say you the leader. You the teachers. You the provider. You the protector. Well, do it then. Well, do it. Be the provider. Be the protector. The reason why the sisters are upset with you is because you're not doing none of that. You're making the claim. You're putting on a good show. Where's the house that you built? Where's the school that you built? The hospital. When the sister's child gets shot down by the police, where is your protection? Where is all this that y'all talking about? You want praise and honor for something that you have not earned. So these sisters have the right to complain about you because you're not living up to what you say you're supposed to be about. You're making excuses. Even to the point you blame them. Oh, the black woman don't do this and the black woman won't let me. What you mean the black woman won't let you? What do you mean the black woman won't let you? I hear you.
Oh, I'm sorry about that.
Yes.
I'm sorry. I'm not used to doing live stream on the cell phone. So I'm hey y'all. I'm no, I'm just not used to doing it on the cell phone. Hey y'all. Hey y'all.
I see you out and about.
Yeah.
That's good.
I just got out the house.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go back home and study some more.
You got a tree above you. Where?
Oh, it's a fake. It's a fake.
Oh, it's fake. Okay.
It's plastic. It's all plastic.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I was just we were just having a conversation. This brother from Africa was supposed to come on the platform. And it's been going on 45 minutes. He hasn't shown up, so I decided to talk about women and the welfare thing.
Oh yeah.
Because you have pro-blacks. Pro-blacks say that welfare has divided the family. And I say no.
White supremacy.
I say
the family.
I say black men have divided the family.
Oh, it ain't white supremacy.
No, it's not white supremacy. No, that's an excuse that black men use for abandoning their children. Ain't no white man told you to abandon your children, because if that's your child, it's going if I had a child, it's gonna take a whole lot to keep me from my baby. A whole lot. These guys, basically, the white man or whatever said, you can't come here. And they said, okay, boss, and they leave. Not because you wanted to leave. You wanted to go. There was a time when black men, soul brothers, wouldn't even accept charity. I'm taking care of my children. Ain't no welfare for my baby. My babies ain't growing up on no welfare. Now, I don't know how they worked it out with their baby mama or however they done it, but a lot of them did. They did not grow up on no welfare. They wouldn't tolerate that.
Yeah.
Some of these men, they don't care about these children. They just make them and they gone. And that's just the reality of it. See, they want to paint these black men like they holy and righteous and everything. They just want to go bang, 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 like John Witherspoon said. And go on about their business. I was just telling the audience, my father was in the house with me. And I told you about this too, Sister Nova. I told you.
Yeah.
My father act like I didn't even exist.
Well, my daddy left me high and dry, honey.
Well, your father passed.
Yeah, he died when I was 6, but he wasn't there before I died either.
Yeah, see,
I think Papa was a Rolling Stone.
See,
he had another family somewhere. That's what it is. That's just my honest opinion. I think he had another family. My mama didn't want to talk about it too much.
Yeah.
Probably embarrassed.
Yeah.
Probably embarrassed. She found out. I think he had another family. I'm just gonna be honest.
Well, it comes to find out my father did. And see, that's where the song come from.
Yeah. Papa was a Rolling Stone. I love that song. Yeah. Oh, I love that song. But you know what? I'm gonna change the words to "Mama was a Rolling Stone," because there's a lot of mamas around here who are Rolling Stones also. Yeah. There's a whole lot of them.
Yeah, that's true too.
Having, babies by 2 or 3 different men, Yeah. There's a lot of them out here.
True that.
Yeah.
So when you look at the situation, really, the problem is a people problem. Us as a people problem. Our mindsets, our attitudes, how we carry ourselves, we got to change things. Our behaviors is different. But see, when we was a slave, we still carried the same slave mentality, because back in the day, You can make all the babies you want to and do whatever you want to. Master gonna take care of everything anyway. You don't have to worry about it. Mm-hmm. But see, y'all free now. Can't do that no more, y'all. White man, you gonna pay child support now. He ain't going for it. He ain't taking your little, you know, your little whatever y'all done now. He ain't into that no more. Most of these women that I know of never even ask for child support. But if you get on government assistance, they want to know who are the fathers of these children. And the government comes after you, not the sister. Most of these women, if it's possible, they don't even want nothing to do with these guys no more. But if they're on assistance, who are the fathers of these children? Because the government wears child support. Then come to find out some of these men working good, got good jobs, and won't pay 1 penny for their children. And the government said, I don't think so. So now you the one got yourself caught up because they coming for theirs. And whether you like it or not, the government guarding, and wherever you go in the United States, you can't escape it. The government gonna get there. Anywhere in the United States. Go somewhere to another country somewhere. They gonna get there. But I'm saying that this is used as an excuse for brothers, and the only thing you're doing is making the case worse because you're making excuses for them, and they don't have to straighten up their behavior. Look, it's very easy. If you don't want that responsibility, keep your jaws up. It's simple as that. That's the best birth control ever. Is keep your jaws up. I guarantee. You know, most men is not gonna do that. You already know. Come on now. You know, most of these men is not gonna keep their doggone jaws up. Well then, you know, because they taught from got doggone when they 6 years old to chase women. No, for real, they really taught from like when they young boys to chase women. Yeah. You know, to regard women as sexual objects and toys. That's right. So, you know, they not gonna, you know, the average guy, like the average young man around 12 years old is already having sex. Yeah. Think about it. Already. Yeah. They done already contracted an STD by the time they turn 18 years old. I mean, it could be gonorrhea, chlamydia. Yeah. It could be anything, you know? Anything. So, you know, this culture teaches men how to be whores. That's right. They teach them how to chase women. The entire culture is a male patriarchy, misogynistic culture. See? I mean, the entire culture is misogynistic in nature. You know, and they teach the male species how to prey upon women. But, you know, that has also expanded to children as well. Prey upon children. Not just the women, but prey upon children as well. True. You know, so a lot of children end up in sex trafficking organizations, being shipped across the ocean to other countries, never to be seen or heard from again. And, you know, never to be seen or heard from again. And, you know, it's just a culture full of whores. We have to watch ourselves. I'm just going to keep it 100 with y'all. Okay? Watch ourselves how we talk on this live. Oh, I'm sorry. A culture full of sex. A culture full of plantation sex addicts. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. Plantation sex addicts, whatever. We know. You know, plantation sex addicts. Okay, so I'm gonna use that word. Yeah. I gotta watch what I say. I know. Yeah, we got the soul kid in the house with his mother. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. I'm sorry. Shout out to the soul kid on the soul track. I'm sorry, soul kid. I'm sorry. But you know what I'm talking about, soul kid. You already know. You know somebody. Yeah. Okay. You know somebody already having sex. Okay.
and he ain't even doggone, in high school yet, having sex already. A lot of them ain't even in high school having sex.
Yeah.
So, just be careful, guys. Be careful. If you got to do it, wear a condom. Okay, wear a condom. If it's that important to you, please strap up. Okay.
Yeah.
Don't get no babies.
Mm.
Don't get no babies. Because you can't afford them. Don't get no babies. You don't want to be tied down. You don't want to be tied down. You don't want to start paying child support at 18 years old.
For real.
Save yourself. Okay. I'm trying to tell y'all, save yourself. Save yourself from having to pay child support starting at the age of 18, because they gonna make you pay child support. You best believe. You ain't gonna get away from paying child support. Okay? And that's my advice to y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I don't have no kids, by the way. I don't have no kids.
Mm-hmm.
Because I can't afford them for one thing. But I'm just gonna be honest with you. I can't afford them. But the original reason why I did not have kids is because I never wanted them unless I was married.
Yeah.
But I never got married. That was the original reason for not having kids. I wanted to be married before I started having kids because the church taught me, no kids before marriage. No kids before marriage. So that's what I grew up on, because the church taught me, don't go out here having all these kids out of wedlock. That's what the pastor told us. Don't go out here having all these kids out of wedlock. Mm-hmm. So, growing up in the church, and I was in the church at a young age, listening to that, I chose to do what I heard at the church. I'm just gonna be honest with y'all. I chose to follow the instructions of my spiritual leader. Okay. So I said, you know what? I don't want no kids unless I'm married. I'm gonna do what the Bible say do, even though that ain't in the Bible, y'all. Okay, I'm just telling y'all. But I said at the time, I'm gonna do what the Lord said. I'm gonna do what the Bible said. But anyway, that was the original reason why I didn't have kids. But now that I think about it, I'm glad I didn't have no kids. Because first of all, me and my kids probably would have been homeless a lot of times. I'm just gonna be honest with y'all. Me and my kids would have been struggling. I'm just gonna be honest. If I had kids, we would have been struggling. Okay, we would have been homeless a lot of times, because of my financial situations. So in a way, I'm glad I didn't have kids. So they can suffer in poverty like me. So they can suffer in a system of racism, white supremacy like me. I'm glad I did not have kids. I'm glad I did not bring any children to this hell on earth, And make no mistake about it, this is hell on earth. Okay, this is hell on earth. I know y'all think that hell is in the heart of the earth. They told us it's in the heart of the earth. Mm-hmm. No, it's on earth. Hell is on earth. Okay, hell is on earth. Okay. And there is no place called hell in the Bible. That's a lie too. Just letting y'all know that too. That's a lie. There is no place called hell according to the Bible. Okay? Hell is on earth. It's on the earth. Okay? So that's my 2 cents. I'm rambling. I'm gonna let say his piece.
Yeah.
Go ahead. I'm good.
I'm glad that you come in and join, sister. I'm really.
Mm-hmm. I'm just trying to give folks some advice, honey. I'm trying to get some advice to some young folks in here.
Yeah.
I gotta make a move right now. I will watch the rest of this video when I get back in, and I'll talk with y'all later.
Okay.
And I appreciate you allowing me to be on air with you, brother.
Yes, sir. I'm glad that you're here.
All right. Peace.
Peace out. That's Brother Taalik is gone. Brother Talib have left the building.
Yeah.
So, but this
I didn't even know he was on the live stream.
You know, he's on speakerphone. You know, his for some, I don't know. Everybody else, you know, phone seems to start working. Talib's phone won't work. It won't get on the link here.
Yeah.
But I just picked up a topic because I was going to talk about it anyway. But just picked up a topic. The original topic subject really was I had invited a guest, brother from Africa. I don't know really where he's from. He told me before, but I forgot. Anyway, he would have let us know where he's a listener of this broadcast. He wanted to come on here, and I want to just talk to him about some certain things.
Yeah, I wanted to ask him what he thought about black folks in America.
Yeah, see, those are the type of questions I want to ask him. I asked him before, but I wanted to ask him on the live stream. You know.
Yeah.
It would be more beneficial that we have this talk, you know, so everybody can benefit from the conversation set up.
Yeah.
And he keeps calling me all the time. I don't know. He hasn't. It's after midnight his time.
Oh, okay. So that man probably in the bed.
He might be, you know.
That man probably in bed.
You know, you think that he would text me or do something to let me know whether he's going to show up or not. Because who knows when I'm going to get a chance to do this again. I started changing my mind today because I was on the tired side. You know how I wrote.
I mean, I want to know if he sees us as African, like him.
Yeah.
That's what I want to know because, you know, I mean, these folks over here, some of these folks in America swear they're African. They're African.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, you know.
Yeah, but you're supposed to know what specific African. You can't be all of them.
These folks over here, they straight African. They Pan-Africanists, you know.
Yeah.
They African. A lot of these folks do not claim to be Americans at all. They straight Africans. It don't matter what you say. They straight Africans or Pan-African. Okay. So I want to know what the brother in Africa thinks about us black folks over here in America.
Yeah.
You know, it would have been nice if he could have came on the live stream. You know, so yep. Text him again and see.
Well, he don't respond.
Oh, okay.
I sent text. I sent the email and Facebook.
Oh.
You know, so I mean, there's only so much I could do.
Probably sitting back watching us.
Probably so.
You're probably sitting back watching us, honey.
Yeah.
It's all good. It's all good.
It's all good.
Oh my goodness.
I wanted to talk about this subject anyway, like I told you.
Yeah.
But you know, so I decided to go ahead and do the subject, give him an opportunity to show up. So clearly don't look like he's gonna show up.
I know.
Anyway, I'm done. Unless it's something that you know, while we at it, since you're in a good mood, Sister No.
Yeah.
You know, we was talking about earlier about it's so bad. It's so bad.
I know.
That perhaps the whole human species need to be destroyed.
We're going extinct anyway. It don't matter. It's only, I mean, we're gonna go extinct, you know.
At the rate we're going, yeah.
We not, yeah, exactly. We cannot sustain this. This civilization. We can't sustain it.
No.
You know, it's bad for the planet. Okay, it's bad for the planet. And quite frankly, the planet does not need us.
No.
The planet does not need us. Okay. And there have been others that came before us who also went extinct. So we're going extinct too. In fact, we shouldn't even be here, to be honest. We're like a genetic mutation.
Yeah.
We were genetically engineered. Genetically engineered.
Not perfect. That's just what happened.
Exactly. We were genetically engineered. We did not evolve naturally.
No.
There were other species that evolved over a span of millions of years naturally. Other hominids that were on the planet before us. We're Homo sapiens. We're the latest kids on the block. There were other hominids that existed prior to Homo sapiens that went extinct. They went extinct. They no longer exist. We are going extinct. I don't know when. I'm just saying, as a species, we're going into extinction. And we're already destroying ourselves now through the modern technology that we have created. So it's only a matter of time. Just like, you know, there were previous civilizations before this one. Y'all think this is the only real civilization or advanced technology system that we ever had on the planet? No, there were other advanced civilizations before ours that went extinct or were destroyed. Okay, so I don't see us lasting as a species for another 1,000 years. I don't see it. Nope, I don't see it. I'm just gonna be honest. And I'm not a prophet. Okay, let's get that straight right now. I am not a prophet.
Right.
I am not a guru.
Right.
Let's get see the hand. See the hand. That means I am not a guru. I'm not a prophet.
Somebody might be reading your palm while you got it up there.
Oh, really? I'm not a prophet. I'm not a guru.
Yeah.
I'm not spiritual. I don't hear any spirits. Nobody's talking to me. This is all coming from my brain. It's coming from my own mind. We cannot sustain this way of life. We just can't. We can't. It's destroying the planet.
Yeah.
And guess what? The planet will get rid of us before they allow, the other species on the planet, before they allow us to destroy them. They will get rid of us. Do you all understand that? The other organisms on the planet will get rid of us, humans, before they allow us hominids, us Homo sapiens, to destroy them. Trust and believe. The animals don't need us. The plants don't need us. They don't need us. They can survive without humanity, okay? We're going extinct. And rightfully so. And really, we're a genetic mutation. We shouldn't even be here to begin with. We shouldn't even be here, okay? And that's what I'm telling y'all. Now, I may sound crazy. Sometimes I do. I sound crazy as hell, but we shouldn't even be here. We should not be here right now. Okay? So I don't rambled on. What the chat room saying about me?
Can you see the chat?
Yes, I can. Yes, I can.
Yeah.
Sister's so right what she's saying. Yeah. The Earthman says, sister's so right what she's saying. Yeah, I know. I just don't see us lasting for another 1,000 years on this planet. I don't. Look at this. Like they making fake ass trees and plants. This is plastic, which y'all see behind me. Plastic.
Yeah.
This is not good for the planet.
Yeah.
Plastic is not good for the planet. You all know how long it's gonna take plastic to dissolve?
It takes
plastic.
It takes years.
It takes over 100 years. And we putting this shit all over the world. Like we throwing plastic in the ocean.
Yeah.
We throwing plastic all in the ocean, bottled water, bottled, you know, bottles.
Yeah.
All in the ocean. That's not where you're supposed to be throwing plastic in the ocean. You don't supposed to be throwing plastic in the ocean. Come on now, y'all. You don't supposed to be throwing plastic in the ocean.
They say it's all in.
Say what?
You know, it starts to break down. It becomes microscopic, the plastic, and the fish are actually, you know, eating this stuff. You know,
exactly. And we're consuming the fish.
Yeah,
we're consuming the seafood that's eating the plastic. Why y'all think a lot of us's are developing cancer? Us's.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, plastic is bad for us, y'all. Just like lead.
Yeah.
Lead is bad for us too. But it's in our water that we drink and bathe with. Okay? We drink this lead water, fluoridated water also. We drink it and we bathe in it. That's not good for our bodies. Our bodies we cannot sustain this way of living for another 1,000 years. Don't y'all see? Don't y'all see how dangerous everything around us? This right here, this plastic cup.
Yeah.
Plastic that I'm drinking out of.
Yeah.
Do you all know this stuff helps to develop cancer in your body? Drinking stuff out of plastic cups, eating stuff out of plastic containers helps to develop cancer in your body.
You remember not too long ago, it was all about glass. You go to places, it was all about glass. Your soda pop was in glass, your milk was in glass, it was all about glass.
Everything was in glass.
And then you can even make a little money on the glass, collect the bottles and stuff. They give you a little, you know, decent little piece of change, collect the bottle. But you know, this plastic is it's incredibly cheap.
Drinking out of this plastic cup, I could be giving myself cancer right now. See what I'm saying? I mean, everything around us is designed to kill us.
Yeah.
I know that sounds crazy, y'all. It sounds crazy. Everything around us is designed to kill us off.
It's about making money. You know, the plastic is really, really cheap. Plastic is of oil.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's cheap, very, very super cheap. You got the plastic bags and the cups, and you know, everything is plastic.
And Tangi says, I am the proud mother of 7 children. I mean, I did get married. I am recently divorced, and I'm very proud of my family. Okay. I have no regrets about not having children.
Yeah.
I feel the way you feel is how I feel. I have no regrets about not having children at all.
I knew I didn't want to have children when I was a children myself. Because I didn't like, once I started coming into some age, I did not like this life thing. You know, racism and the greed and people are just nasty to each other.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm like, I'm not bringing nobody into this. Let me do my thing, get out of here. I'm not going to. So I won't have no children that grow up and say, well, I didn't actually be here to begin with.
Like I said. Like I said a lot of days.
Yeah.
I've said that a lot of days.
You can't.
When my mama was alive, I said that.
I'm not going to have any child to tell me because they couldn't make it in life, or life is so hard. It's because of you. You did it. No, because I was merciful enough on you to leave you wherever you was at.
Yeah, yeah.
Wherever you was at, I just leave there.
You said you was merciful enough to leave him where it was.
Yeah. Now, I've had close calls, and I had to go, woo! Missed that.
Oh, my goodness.
I've had close calls. And more so, somebody lusted after me more than I was lusting after them. Almost, matter of fact, I almost got close to being raped myself as a man.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I know.
Yeah.
But men do get raped.
Yeah, men get raped. And if I wasn't stronger than this dingbat, I would have been raped. Just so happened I was stronger than she was.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
And she Christian.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, Christian.
I know.
Mm-hmm. But anyway, we had a nice time. I gave sufficient time that if that brother wanted to come on, he could have been here a long time ago.
Yeah, he sure could have been. Probably watching us.
Yeah,
the Bible were written by Freemasons and scholars that are also slave masters. Yeah. I don't know why anyone would believe anything that's in the Bible. That is so true, Tangier. I agree.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. When I grew up in Christianity, I believed it. You know, because I grew up in it at a young age, and that's all I knew. That's all I knew. That's what I believed to be true at the time, and I believed it was all real. And so, you know, I stuck with it for a long time. I stuck with it for many years. That was my past existence, you know, as a Christian. That was my past existence as a Christian. But I know better now. I know better today.
We
now I know. Yeah, I know better today.
More than that, not only you got to get rid of that type of thing, but we got to get rid of all that old pro-blackness garbage too, because it ain't too much. It ain't better. It ain't too much better. It's not producing anything for us. It sells false dreams and works on your the same thing that folks go through the church. That's what you experience in pro-blackness. You got your preacher, you got the Taalik Nasheeds, you got the Farrakhan's and Mark Johnson. They are the preachers, and they give you a sermon, and you clap, you fall over, you get emotional, and they all ask for money. Pass, they do all this the same as all church. Has nothing to do with your deliberation from out from up under this peckerwood once and for all.
At all.
You're still sitting here. One day it's gonna be, and these pro-black folks got the nerve to make mockery of the civil rights movement when they sing that song, "We Shall Overcome."
Yeah.
Why are you laughing? You're doing the same thing. You got a different song. You ain't accomplished. You ain't did nothing. No more than what they done.
Ain't got a damn thing.
Don't have a pot to piss.
Ain't got a damn thing to show for it.
No.
Don't own nothing. Don't control. I mean, the Nation of Islam, at least they owned stuff when it was ran by Elijah Muhammad.
You want to know something? We come to find
out.
Not
now, really.
You want to know something? Come to find out that all that was fake too. They wasn't doing as good as we thought they was.
They lied about that too.
A lot of those business was failures. They was in the red, and Elijah Muhammad had to use something that he called his personal money. He ain't working on that. I don't know how it's his personal money. But he used that money to try to keep things afloat. Those people was, and what little profits they was getting, you know, you had folks that would go in and just take the money, go do what they want. You know, those lieutenants and officers go into these businesses and just take stuff, you know, whatever. Oh, it was all messed up. It wasn't.
Oh my goodness.
And they talk about we gonna build a hospital. They never built no hospital. Talk about the airplanes, and we gonna do all in the banks.
They never got no airplanes.
They never got none of that.
They never opened no banks.
No.
They had a farm. They had a farm.
A what? Oh yeah, they had a farm. And clearly it wasn't big enough to feed nobody. You know, just enough to say we got a farm. But it wasn't enough to like really feed no people.
Not 40 million.
No,
not 40 million.
Yeah. They put on like the brother said, you know, put on a good show.
Oh, Tangent says every Nigerian or Ethiopian I've ever talked to don't feel that we're any kin to them on any level. Oh, as you said, Taalik, they put on a good show. That's true.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. You know what? I see what you're saying. Most African people don't acknowledge soul sisters and brothers, except for when it's time to send Western Union transactions for marriage, for green card. Oh my God. Oh, see, you know what? That's why we needed African brother on the show.
Yeah.
Where he from, you saying?
I forgot. He told me.
Yeah, because I don't know. He might have. I think he might have got scared, honey. Got cold feet.
He probably did.
Anyway,
he don't have to show his face, but
he probably watching us right now talking.
I know what he looked like because he calls me on the messenger. You know, that video.
Yeah. He probably got cold feet.
Yeah.
He probably watching us now. Anyway, I knew that they did not acknowledge us as one of them. I knew that.
Yeah.
But these soul sisters and brothers over here swear up and down they African.
Yeah.
And they Pan-African.
Yeah.
I mean, they swear up and down. You can't tell them nothing.
No.
They African. And that's it.
That's it.
Okay. Even Frederick Douglass said he was an American slave. He didn't say he was an African slave. He never said he was an African slave. He said, I was an American slave. Now he did acknowledge that he had ancestry from out of Africa, but he also had a white daddy too.
Right.
See,
sure did.
That brother was mixed. Okay, he was mixed.
Yeah.
He was not pure African.
Not pure anything.
He was not a pure Ethiopian. He was not a pure West African. He was not a pure Somalian. He was not a pure Egyptian. He was not a pure Liberian.
Yeah.
That brother said he was an American slave.
True.
That's what he said. Because he recognized that we was a brand new people over here in this American experience. He recognized that. That was Frederick Douglass. So I'm sticking to, what I've been telling folks. We ain't no damn Africans. Absolutely. I'm sticking to what I've been telling folks. I don't care what nobody say. I don't care. Okay.
How can you how can you ignore the race mixing?
I know.
The breeding farms. The rate. How can you and how you gonna come out there? How you gonna come out pure and clean, going through hundreds of years of that? See, that don't make any sense in and of itself. Frederick Douglass said the so-called Negro is a new people, created by chattel slavery. That's what he said during his time. And after I started thinking about it, I came up to the same conclusion. I didn't even know Douglass made a quote like that. But I was thinking about the story, just like I had to start rethinking about the transatlantic slave trade. I'm like, the mathematics is not adding up. It takes 4 to 6 months to go over there. Then it takes
4 to 6 months,
back. And then you talk about you're gonna lose half the cargo. That's not even good business practice.
And then, not to mention, a lot of us look like we part native over here. Like a lot of us.
And that's another thing. When I look at my family, look at my family, I see some of our people look like the people that's supposed to be Native American. I'm like,
exactly.
We are African.
And we're talking about the original Native Americans. We're not talking about the mulatto Native Americans. We're talking about the original Native Americans.
Yeah.
Who were dark-skinned people. Yeah. Dark and brown-skinned people. Okay. That's what we're talking about. You go ahead.
And to my knowledge, the early descriptions that the Europeans had when they come here, they did not describe these people as no red man. They said dark-skinned type folks. That's who they were looking at. They did not.
That's who Columbus encountered. Dark-skinned folks in the Bahamas.
Dark-skinned people, black.
Yep.
Dark, melanated folks.
Yep.
I said, well, these people look red in color and copper color. He didn't say that. He said these people was dark. Matter of fact, in fact, they called them Indians because he thought Columbus, the Spaniards called them Indians when they landed in the Bahamas. They called them Indians because they thought they landed in India, where dark-skinned people also live, in India. Yeah.
See what I'm saying? He called them Indians, but really they're not Indians, okay? They're not Indians because they ain't come from the country India. You understand? He called them Indians because he thought he landed in India, where dark-skinned people were, and still are today. Okay, see, they don't tell you too much about the dark-skinned Native Indians. They don't tell you about them over there in India. See what I'm saying? They don't too much want to talk about the dark-skinned people, even in certain European countries. They don't want to talk about the dark-skinned population in the certain European countries also. They don't tell you about that. They show, yeah, these are all white folks over here. You know, no, it's some dark-skinned, melanated people living in certain parts of Europe. Okay. But I digress. You go ahead. You go ahead.
Well, on that note, I'm must apologize. We supposed to have a special guest tonight, brother from the continent. I can't even pronounce his name.
Oh my goodness!
I can't even pronounce his name. I can't even say what his name. I can't pronounce.
He got scared, honey.
You know, but
maybe
we could try. Yep, I don't know, but maybe we'll try this again. But
what did he want to talk about? No, what did he want to talk about?
You know, just ask some questions like what do you think? Do you think that the so-called Negro in America, are we African? You know, ask him things.
Yeah.
What's his view?
Yeah. He's scared. He's scared.
I talked to him already. I already know how he felt.
Yeah, but you know, coming on the live stream, that's different. Coming on a live stream.
Yeah.
That's different.
Yeah.
Even if y'all had a private conversation, you know.
Yeah.
Coming on live stream is totally different. You know.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. He got cold feet. Anyway.
Yeah. Well, he could have told me he got cold feet.
Yeah, he could have called. He could have told you. He could have. But you know, them folks are a little different over there. They different. You know? Yeah. He could have told you. He could have texted you or whatever.
Yeah, something. Let me know.
He could have called you, let you know. You know.
You know, before it got to play, because it's it's 11 o'clock. Well, actually, it's probably going on 1 o'clock. It's
1 o'clock. Yeah.
So
probably tired, honey.
Probably so. And we try to do it again or whatever.
Yeah.
I could have a conversation off the record, then put the video up. You know?
Yeah.
On that note, I appreciate you being here. Thank you, Sister Nova, for your special surprise appearance.
Yeah.
Thank you, Brother Talib, for being here as long as he was. And
yeah.
Sister Tangi and Soul Kid and Rowan and Tracy and Mr. Jones, and who else I got here? Let's see if I don't want to miss nobody. Earthman, of course, and Twin is here too. Yeah. So I appreciate everybody. Oh, Jill is in the house also.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay, I think I got everybody there.
You got everybody?
Yeah. Oh, Facebook.
All right.
And it's got some people in Facebook. I can't even pronounce their names. But anyway, shout out to my Facebook. Thank you for joining us. And even though our guest didn't make an appearance, I think we still had a pretty decent conversation.
Yeah.
And hopefully we have some more later on this week. And I hope that the Nation of Islam survived this documentary that's going around. They've been real quiet on the subject.
Who been real quiet?
The Nation of Islam.
Oh yeah, they definitely gonna be quiet on that. Yeah, you don't expect them to come out and say too much.
Yes, it's a rough one this time, you know. But
wow,
it's a rough one. You have to think a hole. You're gonna have to really dig and try to get yourself out this hole. It's really.
Oh my goodness.
But you know, when you lie, that's what happens to you. You know, you don't think you're in the hole deeper and deeper and deeper for yourself. Tell the truth.
Wow.
You know? But,
wow.
We're going to get out of here, and we'll be talking to you later. Like Dr. Neely's always taught us, I wish us is important. Wish us love, peace, and so we out, y'all. We out.
Good night.